Good morning, everybody. I go by the name of King Psy. That's KINGPSYE. And let's motivate. Today's topic of discussion. Today's topic of discussion is called being dependable. Being dependable. Now, there's a lot of people out there who may be dependent on you for something. You may have a son, you may have a daughter, you may have a mother, you may have a father, you may have a wife who are dependent on you for something. Now, when you have people who are dependent on you, that means you have people who trust you, people who count on you for something. That means they count on you. That means they ask you for something. And they expect you to follow through with what they ask you for. And it doesn't even have to be money. However, sometimes it is money that they ask you for. But the fact of the matter is that if you claim to be somebody who can be depended on, you have to be the same person all the time. You can't be this person half the time or when you feel like it. You have to be this person all the time. That's how you become somebody who can be depended on. Being dependable. Now, God puts us all on this earth to help one another. He puts us all on this earth to help one another. So you should always be dependable. You should always be that person that someone can run to when they need to talk, when they need money, when they need some company. You should always be this person for the person that you love. If you love someone, you should always be someone they can count on. If you're not dependable for who you love, then who are you dependable for? And let me take it a step further. When you're dependable, you also have to be dependable by yourself. What does he mean by being dependable by yourself? Being somebody that yourself can depend on. You have to be that person as well. You can't just be a person that other people can depend on. You have to be a person that can be dependent on by your own self. That means when hard times come, you have to trust in yourself, that yourself can overcome things. Things like hard times, trials, tribulations. You have to depend on yourself to be able to overcome these things. So it's not only about having somebody else that's willing to depend on you. You have to be able to depend on yourself. Because in this world, all we have is ourselves. That's all we have. We don't have anybody else but ourselves. You know, people are out here chasing the wrong things. People have become so dependent on money. But the numbers are running out. All the people who are dependent on money for happiness, you're about to be in for a rude awakening. You're about to be very miserable. The chapter of numbers is over. And the real ones will know what I'm talking about. We're not going to get into that. That's another video. we're going to stick to the topic of being dependable. Today I have a family member that is dependent on me to take her somewhere. Now, I told her that I would take her. Now, if I go back on my word, that means I'm someone who can't be depended on. If I go back on my word, if I tell you I can do something and I don't do it, that means I'm someone who can't be depended on. That's someone who cannot be trusted. Are you someone who can be trusted? Are you somebody who can be depended on? You have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to ask yourself that every day. You have to ask yourself, am I somebody who can be depended on? Am I somebody who can be trusted? Am I someone who can be faithful? Am I someone who can be reliable? Am I really that someone? Or am I just in the way? If you're someone who's just in the way, then you need to move aside so the people who are dependable can come into this person's life that you claim to be dependable for. Move aside. If you can't be a reliable person, you can't be a dependable person, which is the same thing, then move aside, man. Move aside for the people who can. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's lives trying to be something you're not. If you can't be dependable, move aside for the people who can be dependable. Because there are people out there who can be. But there's also people out there who can't be. You know? So every day, you got to manage your circle. You got to manage your circle every day. Get the squares out of your circle. Get the squares out of your circle. Because the squares are the ones who can't be dependent on. The squares are the ones you can't trust. The squares are the ones you cannot count on. The squares are the ones who will hold you back from your true destiny. People who can be dependent on will help push you towards your destiny. Will help you overcome your trials and your tribulations. People who can be dependent on. Yes. So don't go looking for people. Do not go looking for people. Do not go looking for love. Do not go looking for anything. Allow God to bring these things into your life. God will bring you whatever it is that you need in your life if you have a heart of gold. If you have a good heart, God will bring you what you need into your life. You don't have to go searching for anything. There's more to life than lust. People lust after things that are not for them, you know? That's why you lust. When you love someone, you become dependable. You become someone that can be dependent on, someone that can be counted on, someone that can be trusted. That's love. Lust is not love. Lust is only temporary. It's a temporary feeling. It's a temporary state of mind. Once you overcome that lust, the thing you were lusting after, you don't want anymore. So you really can't depend on what you lust after. What you lust after is only temporary. So if you have people around your life that lust over you, and this is for the women out there, if you have a man in your life that lusts after you, that man cannot be dependent on. He cannot be dependent on. Why? because he only wants you for the moment. He only wants you when it's necessary. That's not love. That's lust. Something that you love, you want forever. Whether it be a friend, whether it be a mother, whether it be a father, whether it be a sister, whether it be a brother, whether it be a cousin, whether it be an uncle, whether it be an aunt. Who you love forever, and you depend on them for that love. You don't go looking for that love, you just know it's there. When you know something is there, and it doesn't matter if you're around this person for years, or if you're around this person for months, or you're around this person for weeks. When you love someone and you can count on them for that love, that person immediately becomes dependable in your life. And if you don't have that much love in your life, just have the faith. Put your faith in God, and He will send people around you that will love you for you. Like I said, you don't have to go searching for any love. You don't have to go searching for anything, not even money. What you need, God will give to you. So I don't know what your beliefs is, but put your faith in God. Whatever you need, He will give to you. That is the number one dependable person in this lifetime. And I'm going to tell you this right now. God, the higher power, the Almighty, whatever you call Him, is the most dependable person in this lifetime. That is the only person you truly need in your life. That is the only person who can help you overcome and get through what it is that you want to get through in life. That is the only person. So don't focus on a human being to give you all your needs and be dependable. Because a human being cannot be 100% dependable all the time. Sometimes we as humans, we fall short. We fall short of God's grace. We fall short of love sometimes even. We fall short. We can't always be someone that can be dependent on because we have lives. Sometimes our lives push us in different directions. And when it's pushing us in different directions, we can't always be that dependable person for the person that we claim to be dependable on. Now, when it comes to love, if you say you love someone, they should always be able to come to you and depend on you for their love, for your love. If you have love in you, that love should always be able to be counted on. You should never tell someone you love them, but turn around and not be the person they can depend on. You should never do that, because now that's false love. False love is really just hidden hate. If you hate someone, you don't want to see that person succeed. You don't. So, I thank God for you, everyone out there, for watching my videos. I thank God for those out there who are a blessing to others. I thank those out there who are a blessing to me. All the YouTube channels that I watch that inspire me. I thank God for you guys out there. This is motivation while venting. This is me venting right now. And I'm giving you motivation. I'm giving you hope. I'm giving you courage. I'm giving you inspiration. I'm giving you everything that God has given me to give to you. It is 6:22 in the morning, and I'm up speaking to you right now because God put this on my heart to do. God put this on my heart to do, to talk to you today. whoever you may be out there. He told me to make this video for you. He told me to get on this journey for you. I have to be dependable for you. I have to be consistent for you. Because someone needs to hear this. And you know what? Until I go to my grave, I'm always going to be this person. I'm always going to be someone that you can depend on. You know? I don't have the greatest camera. I don't have the greatest anything. I don't have the greatest anything. But I am the greatest. So this little camera that I have right now, I'm doing great things with this. I'm being great. This is my greatness. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to encourage you. Someone may wake up this morning and they may be depressed. Someone may wake up this morning and they may want to end their life. Someone may wake up this morning and they may look into the world and say, there's nothing out there for me. Someone may wake up this morning and say, where's God? But I'm here to tell you, He's right by your side. He's always someone that you can depend on. If you can't get that love from your partner, you look to the heavens. And that's where you get your dependability from. That's who you depend on. That's who you put your hope, faith, trust, and love in. Because you know why? He loves you more than anybody in this world can love you. He loves you more than your mother loves you. He loves you more than your father loves you. He loves you more than your sister loves you. He loves you more than your brother loves you. He loves you more than your spouse loves you. He loves you than your own children does. Your own children cannot love you the way the Almighty can love you. Your own children need you for your love. Your children need you to love them. They need to be able to depend on you for love. And if you're not somebody who can be dependent on for love, then what are you here for? What are you on this earth for? You're on this earth for the wrong reasons. You're on this earth for the wrong reasons. You have to be dependable. If you're not dependable, then you're on this earth for no reason at all. You are a waste of space. You are a waste of life. And that doesn't mean that you're hopeless. That means that you have things to work on. That means that you have to become better. That means you have to become a blessing to someone else. That means that your life has to have that light. You have to turn that light on. Like you see this light on? You have to let your light shine. You have to let your light shine. It is time for your light to shine. This time now more than ever, it's time for your light to shine. So, I'm going to leave that at that. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I hope everyone's out there and they enjoy their Sunday. I hope everyone's weekend is going very well. It is Sunday today. I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend, you know. I can't promise you that I'll make a video every day, but when I wake up and I feel inspired to make a video, when I wake up and I feel like it's time to speak to you, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to speak to your heart. I'm going to speak to your soul. I'm going to speak to your mind. Because I want you to stay aligned. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. I want you to stay aligned. All those three have to be aligned. That's where true happiness comes from. You can depend on me to help you reach true happiness. You can depend on me to help you awaken spiritually. You can depend on me to give you knowledge mentally. You can depend on me for all these things. That's what God puts me on this earth to do. This is why I make music. This is why I walk the way I do. This is why I talk the way I do. This is why I work the way where I work. I don't have a job. I have work. Some of you just are on a job. Some of you don't have any work to do. And that's okay. Go find what it is that your work is. Go find your work. It's time for you to find your work and what God has you on this earth to do. Because everybody has work to do. But some people don't want to do that work. Some people are just lazy. Some people refuse to get up and do what God has them to do. They want to just lay in bed all day and sleep. So, your blessings aren't going to come to you while you're sleeping. Your blessings come to you while you're working. So while you work, that's when God blesses you. That's called dependability. God will not put you through work and not bless you for the work that you do. If you want to be someone that can be dependent on, do your work. Whatever God's work is that he allowed you and put you on this earth to do your work. It is time now more than ever to do your work. Do what God has you on this earth to do. Don't be selfish and only think about yourself. And think about what's best for you. Think about what's best for your children. Think about, yes, more than anybody, think about what's best for your children. Even if you don't have children yet. Think about what's best for them in the future. What they need to hear. What's going to uplift them. What's going to help them grow. Because the youth nowadays coming up are the tombstone for a lot of you false claimers out there. They're the headstones. I just spoke about this with my cousin last night. They're the headstones. They're the ones that are going to crush my generation. My generation has fallen. We've been falling for a long time now. And the youth is coming up now to put an end to that. They're here to start a new chapter. Like I told you, Numbers is over. They're here. I don't know what chapter we're going into. Only God knows. But they're here to start a new chapter. We can depend on the youth now to get us to where we need to go. And how can we depend on the youth? By what we give the youth. We have to give the youth, all of us, all of our love. Because there's not a lot of love in my generation. There's more hate in my generation than there is love. And God is slowly changing that. God is slowly pushing that time to the past now. All that hate is going to the past. It's time for a new chapter in this life. All things are fading. The times are about to become new. So, I'm going to leave you with that today. I spoke enough. And no, I haven't spoken enough. But this is all God wants me to do. He doesn't want me to overwhelm you with my wisdom, my knowledge, my love. He doesn't want me to overwhelm you with it. You know, this video is a little longer than most videos. You know, so if you stuck out this long, I hope that you got what you needed to get out of this. And you will get more, I promise you. But I'm going to leave you with that. Have a blessed day. Have a productive day. Enjoy your weekend. If you're watching football, enjoy your football. If you're playing football, be safe. Have a blessed day. Deuces.